Hello and welcome all you Tales from the Trippers. On today's video, I'm be reading stories about Adrenochrome. Yes, I've been getting lots of requests to do this on my main channel, but there's just not enough stories for me to do it, and there's 2 positive stories for it and 1 negative, and none of them are long, so it's really not possible to put on my main channel. But since I have the second channel here, I got so many requests, might as well do it on here. Now, if you guys don't know what adrenochrome is, let me read the Wikipedia here for a second. Adrenochrome is a chemical compound produced by the oxidation of adrenaline, epinephrine. It was the subject of limited research from the 1950s through to the 1970s as a potential cause of schizophrenia. While it has no current medical application, the related derivative compound carbazochrome is a hemostatic medication. Oh boy. Going balls deep into this shit without practicing how to pronounce these words. But this second channel, we good. Despite this compound's name, it is unrelated to the element chromium. Instead, the chrome suffix indicates a relationship to color, as pure adrenochrome is deep violet. Okay, I actually did not know that it was deep violet. I would assume that this chemical would be red for some reason. I don't know why. But if you guys have heard of this, but you don't know where it's from, really, it got popularized by Hunter S. Thompson and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Aldous Huxley also did it too in his book, The Doors of Perception. So that was kind of brought to the mainstream. But before I go on any longer, let's get started with reading these. This is the only negative experience on Erowid that I could find. So I'm going to read this one. There's 2 more that I found. Like I said, they're not long, so I can't really put in. At the time, I was unaware of adrenochrome, or pink adrenaline. I acquired 1 cc milliliter of regular epinephrine for the use of using it just to stay up and get the blood pumping. I was unable to use the epinephrine as soon as I got it, and I was not able to use it for a 5-day period. During this period, the 1 cc milliliter of epinephrine was stored in a 1 cc milliliter syringe with a normal needle cover over it in my sock drawer. After this period of time, I pulled the syringe out of my sock drawer, and I had noticed the substance in the syringe had turned a pinkish color. Alright. Not knowing of any chemical changes having occurred, I injected 1 cc of the substance in my main arm vein. Within seconds, my heart was racing. I was sweating profusely, and a headache that could have brought down an elephant. Sounds like a terrible headache. The headache consisted of severe throbbing pain, and when I mean severe, the worst headache imaginable. The headache, sweating, and rapid heartbeat lasted for about 2 hours, then vanished. At this point, I thought I was done with any of the effects. I was wrong. For the next 7 days, I received periodic bouts of the same severe headaches, but lasting anywhere from several seconds to several minutes, up to 45 minutes. Wow. The headaches were incapacitating. Call off work. After that week, no other symptoms were felt. Well, I definitely got my heart pumping, but due to the severe headache, I would not recommend this. Also, I had absolutely no hallucinations unless I was hallucinating the headaches. Now, that'd be pretty interesting. Phantom headaches? That'd be crazy. Imagining headaches, is that possible? I don't know. I felt like maybe I've done that before. Alright, this is a positive experience. The next 2 are positive. The last 2, I should say. One day, and this is called I Was Somewhere Else, and they mix cannabis with it. One day I was driving around with a couple of friends smoking some pot, and the friend who was driving had to go to work soon, so I called up my other buddy and asked if he wanted to smoke some, and he said yeah, of course. So me and my friend went over there, and he said his friend was looking through his dad's friend's shed and found a bottle of adrenochrome in his toolbox, and he was bringing it over. Sorry, if I find adrenochrome, I'm fucking keeping that shit. I'm not doing it. I'm saving that. That's a piece of history right there. I was already really stoned when the kid got there, and he didn't bring the stuff with him. So I was trying to get him to sell me some, and he didn't really want to because he only had about 20 milliliters, and he wanted to save it because he might not ever have the chance to get any more. Exactly. After about a half an hour, me and a couple of friends finally talked him into selling us some. So we went to his house and brought back the vial in the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Alright, so they're going to be watching the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and be doing adrenochrome. Alright. The stuff was kind of pinkish orange and tasted like bad old woman perfume. I know what that smells like. The taste was strong in my mouth for a while after I dropped it in. He said the first time he took it, he waited about an hour for it to kick in, and immediately any time after that. For me, it started to kick in after about 15 minutes. The effects were like I took a pill of ecstasy and I was about to kick in. I had a large amount of energy. I was walking back and forth in my friend's room. I couldn't stand it. I went outside to smoke a cigarette and it was snowing. Everything started to look a little blurry and distorted. After that, my friend picked me up and we were driving around and the energy all went away and I started to mildly trip. Everything in the background looked like it wasn't there and that we were just going down straight roads that were never going to end. I was in a really peaceful mood and the visuals were like a mild mushroom trip. I really want to get some more of this stuff. Well, that'd probably be the only chance you'll get. That was in 2005, so yeah. Yeah, I can tell you, I never came across this stuff, so it'd probably be very hard to come across. If you guys have ever came across this shit or have a stash of it, please put in the comments, let me know, because you're giving me some. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I get the feeling of going down straight roads that were never going to end. One of my first acid trip, or one of the first, no, yeah, it was not my first, it was one of them. I just remember riding my bike and this sign on the sidewalk just looked like it was the same distance no matter how much I pedaled. Like, it was crazy. So I get that feeling. That was fun though. And then I stopped at the park when I finally passed the sign and the trees were swirling like fractals, and that was amazing. I miss having fun on psychedelics. Alright, this is called Killing the Myth. 100 milligrams sublingual. Compound used, D-L-Adrenochrome freebase, synthetic 99.98% purity. Yeah, this guy has a... I'm not gonna say that shit. These long ass chemical names, I'm not even gonna try it. If they're in every trip reports on my main channel, I'm not even gonna do it. Seriously, like, not like dimethyltryptamine, everyone can say that, but like the ones where it's just, there's a number, then there's a name, then there's another number, then another name, then another number, I can't, that's just not for me. Alright, let's read this shit. My experimentations with Adrenochrome. I had acquired DL Adrenochrome freebase, the one sold at 70 euros for 250 milligrams. First trial, I held 100 milligrams under my tongue for 1 minute, then swallowed. Fast onset, about 5 minutes. Second trial, I snorted 50 milligrams, onset a few seconds. Third trial, I smoked 25 milligrams, vaporized in a crack pipe. Onset is almost instant. So this guy's talking about crack pipe, but if you click on this fucking trip report, you'll see he is using pretty big words. So, yeah. When people use big words like that and then they say, like, using a crack pipe, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It just rubs me the wrong way. So I don't know if this story is very true or not, but we're gonna read it. That's why I can't read it on my main channel, because I don't know if these are actually true or not. The first two seem like they could be, but this one, we'll see. Note that I waited a few days between each trial. The 3 trials gave me the exact same effects, which were very light and really uninteresting. I wouldn't even call it a high. First, it wasn't a hallucinogen nor psychedelic. I had a feeling of warmth through my body. I felt a numbness in my hands and my head, possibly linked to the hemostatic effect. There was some slight sedation and a very slight short-lived euphoria. The euphoria was slightly more pronounced when smoked, but still very short-lived. There's also some minor visual change. No visuals, just that I would see the room slightly different than usual, but honestly that was some really minor change. A joint of hashish would have done the same, nothing really noticeable. There might be some slight meiosis too, little pupils, not really sure. To sum up, effects were extremely weak, absolutely not fun nor psychedelic in any way, and short-lived. I would say the slight initial euphoria is gone within 4 to 5 minutes, and the few strange feelings that I experienced from the stuff are gone within about an hour. I couldn't say the exact duration as I didn't really check my watch. Alright, yep, see, he's putting 2 parentheses in another parentheses, like, what is he doing? And he said, as I didn't really check my watch. This is why you can't trust these people who use big words and then say shit like that. Needless to say, I was very disappointed by this uninteresting compound. The effects I had from it were flimsy. There's a definite effect on my vision and my mental state for sure, but I would definitely not call it hallucinogenic. So, I might have wanted to try higher dosages just in case this could intensify any effects. Let's say 250 milligrams orally, 100 milligrams snorted, and 100 milligrams vaporized. Or I might have wanted to try the other Adrenochrome, the one sold at 110 euros for 50 grams, just to make sure it's the same. But I didn't, as I had better things to do with my money, and I was pretty sure that even if this would give me some more effect, that it would still be of poor recreational spiritual interest. Also, about possible secondary effects of Adrenochrome. As it is a hemostatic compound, prevents capillary bleeding during injury. It is not possible that excessive use would end up causing blood circulation troubles. Furthermore, some scientists seem to say that Adrenochrome is known to cause cardiovascular troubles. To conclude, I would say that this is an uninteresting substance to my opinion, and furthermore, it's possibly a dangerous one. Holy crap, I think that might be a record for most views on a Erowid report. 354,000? Jesus Christ. Holy fucking shit, Christopher. That was, yeah. I guess I believed it the more I read it, but the way the guy wrote this story, I mean, it's just all over the place. I don't know. What would you guys think of that? That was pretty cool. I'm glad I got to finally get that off my chest. I know everyone was asking for it ever since I fucking started this fucking channel. I'm like, yeah, I hear ya, I know. It's like when people tell me to do crocodile. It's like, I can't do crocodile reports when they don't fucking exist. I still get it. It's like, have you ever done crocodile reports? I'm like, no, they don't exist. I've said it many times, and I don't know. But I can't really blame them if you're just new to my channel and you haven't noticed. But or when people tell me to do reports that I've done many times, they're like, you should do this one. I'm like, no, if you look at my catalog, you could see I've done it like 3 times already. So just the way people ask that, and yeah, I got a lot of pet peeves. If you want me to do a pet peeve video, put it in the comment section below. I will do it. Another one more before I end this video, is when people ask me what the intro song is, when I've had it in the description for how many months now. So yeah, it's just things like that. It's like, I'm a mailman, so when I deliver mail and people say, I hand them the mail and they're like, oh, there's better not be any bills, or like an alternative to that, I'm like, ha ha ha, yeah, I know, right? But yeah, it gets annoying after a while, but you gotta live with it. They're just trying to be funny, so you can't really get mad at them. They're old usually, and if it's a young person, I just give them a look like, man, what the fuck, you know. But they're old. The only thing they look forward to in the day is getting the mail. So I joke with them and be like, oh, I paid for it, don't worry. And they all, you're so funny. No, but yeah, that's my daily mailman experience. I get that at least once a day, sometimes a couple times a day. It really depends on if it's in the weather forecast. But anyways, that was Adrenochrome and some pet peeves. Yeah. All right, leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Subscribe if you want to, and if you don't want to, then you don't have to. Leave a dislike if you want. I really don't care. This is a channel that I'm just posting whatever I want on it, so you can leave criticisms, whatever the fuck you want to do. I'll read it, and I'll be like, hey, good for you. All right, have a good one.